Hello students, here is the next video on the chapter Should Wizard Hit Mommy from class 12 English NCERT book Vistas. John Updike was an American novelist, poet, short story writer, art and literary critic. He is one of the only 4 writers to win Pulitzer Award for fiction more than once. He died on January 27, 2009. Now let's have a brief look at the storyline. The story, Should Wizard Hit Mommy, revolves around Jack, the father of 2 kids, Joan, who is 4, and Bobby, who is 2. His wife Claire is carrying their 3rd child. Jack narrates a story to his daughter Jo every evening and often on every Saturday afternoon. This chapter deals with one such story narrated by him where his daughter interrupts him whenever she disagrees with the flow of the story. This time, Jack narrates a story with a central character, Roger Skunk, who is sad as nobody likes to play with him due to his bad smell. When Roger Skunk, with the help of Wizard, gets his smell of roses and resultantly friends to play with, the mother skunk gets it reversed. This makes Jo extremely unhappy and she objects and expresses her unhappiness at mother's action. It completely baffles Jack as he does not know how to resolve Jo's argument. Jack is completely baffled and is not having any proper answer. So, he tries to silence Jo using his authority, stating that parents are always right. But the chapter raises a moral question and is left unanswered for the readers to decide. The question is whether parents should be obeyed even when they are wrong, or the child also has a right to individuality and opinion. The chapter revolves around various themes and sub-themes. One such theme is generation gap. Jack and Jo represent 2 distinctly different generational perspectives. Jack, being raised up in a traditional and conservative society, believes that Mommy Skunk knew what was right, while progressive Jo questions Mommy's actions. Many of the conventions Jack was raised to believe what was right are beginning to transform, face change, reveal their flaws, or get called into question. Changing gender roles is also one of the underlying themes of the chapter. Jack is a product of traditional nuclear family where gender roles were starkly drawn and rigidly reinforced. The picture of his pregnant wife shifting heavy furniture and doing man's job and painting the interior of a home while he telling a story to his daughter clearly points towards changing gender roles. Jack seems to be locked into the ritual without the ability as the man of the house to assert his dominance and construct a hierarchy of patriarchal roles. Jack's story is also about bullying. It was not Roger Skunk but Jack who remembers humiliations of his own childhood and is sadistically pleased at tension Jo is going through when he tells her about Roger's tears at loneliness. Now let's have a brief intro of the characters of the story. Jack. Jack is the protagonist of the story. He is a married man living with his pregnant wife Claire, their 4-year-old daughter Jo, and their 2-year-old son Bobby. Uninspired by and disillusioned with the responsibilities of family life, Jack uses the stale ritual of telling his daughter a bedtime story to avoid helping his wife repaint their living room to prepare for the arrival of their 3rd child, thus irresponsible. Jo. Jo is Jack and Claire's 4-year-old daughter. She is a growing girl. She is growing taller by the day and has begun to contradict things her parents tell her. Claire. Claire is Jack's wife. Unseen until the final moments of the story, Claire's presence is felt by Jack throughout the story. Bobby. Jack and Claire's 2-year-old son. Here is a list of characters in Jack's stories. Wizard, the character in Jack's stories who usually gives solution to the problems faced by Roger and thus making him very happy. It is important to note that the wizard also proves a divisive character for Jack and Joe. Owl symbolizes old is wise and also shows direction to the poor and sad Roger Skunk. Roger Skunk, the central character of Jack's story, who is sad on having an awful smell and nobody to play with. Roger Skunk's mother, who eventually represents Jack's own dominating mother. Now let's have a look at the explanation of the chapter. Jack's storytelling sessions. The story begins at the note of the protagonist, Jack, telling story to his 4-year-old daughter, Jo, on one Saturday evening. This custom of telling stories began when she was just 2. His story had a central character named Roger, a small creature. It could be Roger Fish, Roger Squirrel, or Roger Chipmunk. Today it was Roger Skunk. Skunk was definitely a new and refreshing character for Jack, who enjoyed telling stories. Now this Roger Skunk smelled so awful that none of the other woodland creatures would play with him and would run away at his side. This made him extremely lonely and sad. This makes Jack remember of his own past when he was bullied as a child. Meanwhile, Jack also hears sound of Claire shifting furniture, but he continues to tell his story. Now this Roger Skunk very sadly walked along to a very big tree and saw a huge wise old owl on the topmost pointed end of the tree. Roger Skunk told the owl about his loneliness and cried very hard and wanted to know what he could do. The owl advised him to go to the wizard. Joe interjects and asks Jack that Roger should go and see the wizard. Jack scolds Joe for interrupting, and this also reveals that Joe is no longer blindly accepting everything that he says. Meanwhile, Roger Skunk journeyed through the woods, under the apple trees, into the swamp, and finally reached the wizard's house over the creek and rapped on the door very hard. A tiny little old man came out with a long white beard and a pointed blue hat. The wizard noticed that Roger Skunk smelled awful, and he understood that he needed help. So the wizard asked Roger Skunk what he wanted to smell like. Roger thought and said, "Roses." The wizard took his magic wand and chanted a magic spell. Abracadabra, hocus poo, Roger Skunk, how do you do? Roses, bosses, pull an ear, Roger Skunk, you never fear. Bingo! A stinky skunk gets friends. Instantly the wizard's house was full of the smell of roses. The wizard asked 7 pennies for his work, but Roger Skunk had only 4 pennies. Again he began to cry, and then Wizard came to his rescue. He directed him to find rest of the pennies to pay him. Roger Skunk did the same, and thus he was able to pay back Wizard the rest of the pennies. He was in high spirits. All the other creatures loved his smell, and he played all day with them. Then finally it got dark. All the children went back to their homes. So did Roger, as he heard train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. Now, like any other basic tales, Joe assumed that this story has already come to an end, except for the description of what Mama served for dinner. She started fussing with her hands, looking out the window, and this really hurt Jack's male ego. He wanted women to be apprehensive, hang on to his words, and thus sadistically decide to teach Joe a lesson not to take him for granted. He transformed hitherto kitchen-confined mommy of Roger Skunk as an aggressive mother to dominate Roger. Now, Roger's mommy is annoyed with the changed smell, so extremely angry that she took him back to Wizard and hit him on his head and demanded him to reverse the magic spell. This action of Roger Skunk's mother extremely dissatisfies little Joe. She was not satisfied with the way her father had ended the story, so she demands that the wizard should refuse to change Roger's smell back, and also he should hit her mother back for being so insensitive. But Jack continues the story, where his smell was altered and they all dined together when his father returned back, and they were all a very happy skunk family. Joe, seemingly not satisfied with the end, says she was a stupid mommy. Jack asserts that it was not stupid, though he could feel she was calling his mommy as stupid, and insists her to go to sleep. Jack explains that the point of the story is that Roger loves his mother more than he requires the acceptance of other animals, and is therefore happy with his smell. But Joe, failing to understand this concept of motherly love, demands him to end the story other way round the next day, where the wizard hits Roger's mother on the head for being so insensitive. Jack does not give Joe a definite answer and tells her that he would see about it, and thus returns downstairs to find his wife Claire painting the furniture. She was stroking the chair rail with a dip brush. He sits down heavily to watch his wife painting. The railings of the chair makes him feel like an ugly cage of marriage, along with his wife Claire beside him, whom he sees as his tormentor rather than ally. He has no further desire to make any sort of connection with her. To understand this story better, let's do a bit of analysis. Jack, the protagonist, is tired of his bedtime story ritual with Joe because of two main reasons. First, it is an obligation to his children, which, like most of his familial obligations, he finds increasingly tiring. Also, he has got no more interesting ideas, thus is bound to recycle the same plot. One can also reason that Joe never falls asleep in naps anymore, and thus the process becomes extremely tiring. The way Joe questions makes Jack think about her growth. She is no more 2-year-old to accept his word blindly. He knows she is in reality phase, yet he tries to impose his ideas and authority upon her. Joe feels sensitive for Roger Skunk because, as a child, she is also concerned about being accepted by her peers. Jack seems strangely happy that he is telling something real that he himself went through, and she must get accustomed to being ignored by peers. At times, when Joe interjects, Jack finds it irritating. It was something like challenging his own authority. Jack is particularly angered by Joe's lack of interest because it reminds him of the ways Claire undermines and dismisses him. His dislike of uninterested women is another example to ascertain his warped and ruined relationship with Claire. Joe grows up to behave and look more like Claire, and so he is unable to separate them and thus views them both as women who seek to undermine him. His desire to keep women apprehensive is therefore overtly misogynistic, as it suggests that making women uncomfortable is the only way Jack feels he can reclaim power from them. When Joe, extremely dissatisfied, reveals her unhappiness at Mother's doing and demands that the wizard should hit Mommy back, Jack explains that Roger Skunk modestly accepted the mother's command as his duty and sacrificed his own wish, much like Jack himself had accepted his familial obligations sacrificing his own personal freedom. Joe is extremely young to understand such concept and thus views Roger's mother as the main villain for not allowing Roger to have the acceptance of his peers. Therefore, Joe believes that Roger's mother should be punished for her transgressions. The chapter very cleverly explores the tense husband-wife relationship, which is unconsciously affecting little Joe. It is evident when she utters words like "hit stupid mommy." It also reveals Jack's misbehavior towards his wife Claire. Jack feels caught in the middle of his present unhappiness and resentment in an unfulfilling marriage and the future promise of more children and more confining responsibilities. To understand the story better, let's do a bit of analysis. Jack, the protagonist, is tired of his bedtime story ritual with Joe because of two main reasons. First, it is an obligation to his children, which, like most of his familial obligations, he finds increasingly tiring. Also, here are a few practice questions for you. Short answer questions. Why did Joe think that Roger's skunk was better off with new smell? Which part of the story did Jack enjoy the most himself and why? Long answer questions. How did Joe want Roger's skunk story to end? Different generations can have different views. Such differences must be respected. What differences Joe and Jack carry against the Roger skunk story? I hope you all liked the video. Thank you.